Today on Drawbli,
Ben is doing a still life painting.
Hey, I'm Ben.
And I'm Abby.
And we're self-taught artists documenting our drawing adventures because art is better when shared with friends.
So click that subscribe button if you're new around here.
And check out our guidebook linked below. Abby, I'm doing still life.
Yeah, so tell me about that. You're doing still life. What inspired you?
Oh gosh, that is a great question. The course that I was going through. I actually couldn't think of it.
What course were you going through?
I'll put it up on screen because I can't remember the name of it. Thank you for the sound effect. So I was finishing up the course and I wanted to kind of go through and do a still life painting, as that is one of the things covered in the course, which is, fairly basic and rudimentary, but it covers a lot of different information. So here I am doing a still life painting, doing exactly that. Mm-hmm. And I gotta say, this is one of the most fun paintings I have done in a long time, and the most fun I've had doing a painting. I also painted this while I was finishing up listening to Witch King by
Martha Wells?
Martha Wells, thank you.
That's cool. She's one of my favorite authors. For the Murderbot Diaries that she wrote.
Yeah, Murderbot Diaries was really good. I'm not gonna lie, Witch King, I think because we started off listening to it together, I think it was just hard to pay attention. I think it would have been a lot more enjoyable for you if you had been listening to it by yourself.
Yeah, we were doing it as a read aloud because we found a physical copy at the library and I was desperate to share it.
I think that
together.
was a bad way to try
I think
to go
so
about
too, because it ended up being a little bit name dense. Lots to keep track of, new sounds and words, as opposed to reading Harry Potter aloud or something, which I did to my younger siblings multiple times in my youth, and other books like The Lightning Thief and all those.
Ooh, yeah.
So good. I need to reread those. This book needed a little bit more attention, and when you're having to put your attention into speaking words and cadence and all that, then it kind of distracts you.
It's a lot.
Yes, but I will return to that book myself, I think, and give it another try, because I like Martha Wells, and the Murderbot Diaries were awesome. A friend of ours recently wrote a sci-fi book that he is working on having published, hopefully.
Not recently. He's been working on that book for a very long time, from what I understand.
Well, I recently got to read it.
Yes.
It was so good.
Yeah, you told me.
Yes, whenever he gets it published.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be awesome.
Currently, the title is Externality. And it's this amazing sci-fi novel about basically like he probably describes it differently, but if capitalism ran the space programs.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Yes, it's awesome. It's so good. He's such a funny writer and very well-spoken and well-versed.
Well, you got to tell him all this.
Yeah, Harrison.
You
No. I would
told
never
him.
say that to his face. I would never say that.
Well, you said you were gonna send him an email with your quote feedback, but more just like saying how much you loved it.
Yeah,
You still need to do that.
then I started doing a little bit of fan art of the two main characters.
Oh.
And I was like, well, then I need to finish the fan art. I'll probably.
Are we gonna get to see these on Drawbli?
Sure. Once I finish them up. I was actually drawing them while I was working my big nurse contract, like in my spare moments.
Nice.
I know what floor I was on and where I drew them because they were just such a bright spot in my day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to see these. I do remember seeing some of the sketches. I don't know if you've done any more with them.
You've seen them. You've seen the extent to which they went.
Okay. Well, maybe that's all you need. Maybe you should just send him those.
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah.
I probably will. Because, fan art is a very important part of any author's journey, isn't it?
I think he would love that.
Okay.
Because you liked the book enough to draw characters from. Of course he's going to enjoy that.
I'm so excited. I'm excited for his book, though. When a publisher inevitably picks it up, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I wish him luck in that. I know getting your foot in the door with that kind of stuff is the hardest part.
It's interesting reading a book that somebody you know has written, because I think it's a lot like watching art like this, where if you are not in and of that world, you're like, how does this work? How are you doing this? This is amazing.
For sure.
And with writing, it must be similar, because I'm not a writer. I've never written anything besides when I was like 10. And to see authors fill a blank canvas with words that paints a story is just magic to me. Complete magic, much like this is complete magic to somebody else, which this is awesome, by the way. This looks so good.
Thank you.
You're doing an amazing job.
I'm trying.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait to
What are
try this too.
Yeah, I feel like there are so many things like that where you see somebody who is extremely well versed in a particular skill set, and it's just like, wow, like that's amazing. How do you like? Even though we know how they do it, it's you still like you're still in awe of it. Like,
Yes.
Wow, how did you do that? Like even though we know.
And so many things can be that way, like so many professions, just regular work. I see nurses who have that kind of experience, and I watch them just completely command the entire ship of their day and their work and their patients, and I'm just like, wow, that's amazing.
That's cool. I like that. I really had so much fun working on this and creating so many different bouts of texture. At this point, I had solidified a lot more of these custom brushes I've been working on lately. And you'll see a lot of these texture brushes come into play here. So I'm using a lot of those in this painting. And they're so fun to play around with.
I
Really
love
get
this.
some.
I love the picture behind these two things. It looks very reflective already, the way you've designed it.
Thank you. I do more with it. We're a little over halfway here, or maybe 2/3 of the way now.
Oh, cool.
So more to come, more texture, more
Yeah.
refinement.
I notice you're painting this kind of vertically, but is your iPad horizontal and your canvas is vertical?
That is correct, yeah, because the like little stand that we have works horizontally with the iPad, but I wanted a vertical canvas.
I often want to use my iPad vertically for like figure drawing, but I love recording for Drawbli, and if I draw vertically, then I feel like I can't use it for Drawbli as well.
Well, do you enjoy the aspect of the vertical canvas or the aspect of holding the iPad vertically? Because you could do what I'm doing right here.
That's true. Well, I think I like the increased size if I were to hold it vertically.
Yeah, do this then.
Okay.
Oh, no, you mean the size of the screen. Gotcha.
I like the way the canvas fills it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mistakenly, the other day, my brain just wasn't catching up or computing to what life is. And I looked up, what are the dimensions of a YouTube video?
Oh, God.
And I created a canvas in those dimensions. And I was like, cool, I've solved it. This will fill the entire screen of the YouTube video. And then I was like,
That's not how it works.
oh, that's not how it works.
No. It just records the screen of the iPad.
I know, but for a brief shining moment, I was a genius.
But you were a genius. However, you could use the Procreate Time-Lapse feature and export that, and that would be in the canvas resolution.
Oh, ooh, so if I created a vertical, because we use the time lapses a lot for our YouTube shorts.
That's true.
So if I drew something vertically in that, okay. I'll have to remember the average.
What is the resolution of a YouTube video, Abby?
It's very wide.
Very wide.
Very wide. When I actually made the canvas, it was hysterically long. I was like, I actually think I did it wrong.
So I think it's
so long.
So there are so many things in my career life that are so ubiquitous to me and what I've done for so long that I think it's so strange that anybody doesn't know what 1920 by 1080 is. Like, how is that just not a number that everyone has memorized?
I mean, how do so many people not know how to titrate a heparin drip? That's all I'm saying. It's so basic. How does people not know the difference between amlodipine and adenosine? I mean, really. How do you not know the difference between contact guard and assist times 2? I mean, really.
That's what I'm saying. These things are so ubiquitous to me and have been literally since like high school that the past 2 decades of my life, it's just like these there are lots of little things like that in the digital space that I'm just like, oh, I know all
like the
these
difference
things.
between a smog enema and a fleets enema.
Yeah, I would love to talk more about enemas on Drawbli, Abby, but we're here to talk about art. Enemas are not art, all right? That's where I draw the line in the sand at enemas.
There's an art to them, maybe, but
No one wants to hear about your enemas.
I don't have them.
No?
No.
Well, as I add the finishing bouts of texture, noise, some fuzzy wuzzies, as I like to call them, very technical term.
I love
you
the fuzzy
probably
wuzzies.
never heard of
the
it.
noise.
I do a bunch of stuff there at the end to add some noise, just a little, and then I kind of fade most of it out. But
Very cool.
there she blows.
Wow, you should be proud of this because this is amazing. I feel the perspective in it too. I feel this coming towards us.
Thank
I feel it
you.
going away. Like, I think you've done just a phenomenal job here. Your colors are popping, but you're not like overdoing it on all these colors everywhere and overwhelming the eye. This is a lovely, lovely,
Did you
lovely
see
piece.
the blue on my tomato?
I did. I love that pop of blue
Gosh,
on that.
you gotta
and
have
the
a little
apple.
pop of blue on the tomato.
And on the apple and the popper.
Yes, that is an Opple Popper.
Apple Popper Tomoter.
And if you want to be an Opple Popper, click that like and subscribe button and check out our guidebook How to Easily Draw Every Day at the link below in the description.
Share your work on Instagram with the hashtag Drawbli because drawing is better when shared with friends.
And this is the part where we say,
Goodbye.
Goomba. Apple Popper.
An Apple Popper Tomato probably wouldn't taste very good.
I think an Apple Popper Tomater would be really sweet and delicious.
And a little spicy.
Sweet, spicy, and savory. Apple Popper Tomater.
Bring me an Apple Popper Tomato.